So I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. My eyes are getting funny. This week is pardon me. I don't know what I'm doing. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. We are on Monday, the 14th of June, and the start of a brand new weekly vlog. And I finished Get a Life Chloe Brown. I really enjoyed this. It is probably going to be a 4, maybe a 5, I don't know. I did really enjoy it. Enjoyment for me was like, but they did do this thing where they spent all this time getting together, and then there was like this time where the inevitable hiccup happens and then quickly rectifies itself, and then all's fair in love and war and everything's grand and fine and dandy. The turnover at the end is very quick, but that is typical contemporary, so I don't think I can really hold that against it. But Talia Hibbitt's writing is just top tier shit. 10 out of 10. Chef's Kiss would recommend. The characters, I love Red and Chloe. They are the definition of opposites attract in some ways, but then in other ways they're both quite damaged people, but damaged for different reasons, and that's how they come together. This does involve like classic miscommunication, but it's miscommunication that they actually talk through, and it doesn't drag out for an exponentially long time that isn't required in order to build a story up. So I really enjoyed this, and I'm going to sit on it and think about it, but this is definitely a series of contemporaries that I'm going to keep and would possibly come back and reread at a later date. The stories are just a great palette cleanser. They're just absolutely brilliant, and Talia Hibbitt's writing, again, top tier. Characters, great. Plot, like I said, it could have, I probably would have liked it if they'd got together a little bit earlier, leaving a bit more time for, you know, the bump in the road and then the resolution. But we have a nice little epilogue in the back that continues to 1 year later, which I don't always like in contemporaries, but it was done okay in this one. It was done okay. So we are moving on to, I've still got Blood Witch to listen to, and I'm only on chapter 27 of that, which I think is just over halfway, I think, maybe. And we have Take a Hint, Dani Brown to do as well, to read as well. I do also have 2 arcs I want to try and read this week. So plan of action for this week is, I do have less work on my plate this week than last week, so I'm hoping that I can get some books churned out. So 1 book down. I'm finding it a bit more difficult to read physically at the moment because I've lost my glasses, and the other ones still haven't arrived yet, and I can't find my glasses anywhere. And even though my prescription has changed, they were relieving the strain on my eyes enough to just keep me going, whereas now everything has like a little bit of a blur around it, which my eyes are constantly straining to stay straight, which I feel is making one of my eyes really bug-eyed because I have a lazy eye. So yeah, if I look straight at you, like one of my eyes is not completely straight, if I can get hold of any of the audiobooks or anything, and I can do the mixed media option, which I'm really enjoying doing, then I will try and do that. But I know for a fact I've got The Family Tree, Master of Measham Hall, Savage Instinct, Greenback, and Lost Property. They are all arcs, I think, and won't have audiobooks. So 5 out of the remaining books I need to read don't have audiobooks. Okay, so we've got 16 days and 17 books left to read. However, However, 4 of those are the graphic novels, Heartstopper volumes 1 to 4, and that is all I've got positive to say. So I'm going to head off, fill in my Everthon tally tracker thingy so that I don't miss out on logging these books, and then I will update you when there's something else to update you on. Hello my friends, it is Tuesday and I don't know what I'm doing. It's now 10:30. I forgot to update you again last night after I'd read some more. I also forgot to update you earlier today, so I'm updating you at 10:15 on a Tuesday night, so yay for me. So far I have finished Get a Life Chloe Brown. I finished that last night and I've got an hour or so left of Blood Witch. I forgot to mention, I did start Traitor's Blade after I finished Salem's Lot, because that was my prompt where the book that you started has to have the first letter of the last letter of the previous book that you read. So Salem's Lot and Traitor's Blade. So I started Traitor's Blade, but because it was physical and I wanted to get the audio, which I've now got, I can then do the mixed media thing. And once I finish Blood Witch, I am going to continue with Take a Hint Danny Brown. Gonna try and get Lost Property and Master of Measham Hall in this week as well. Actually, no, scrap that. Lost Property and The Family Tree. For The Family Tree, I've got 3 days to read that book and get it up as a blog tour post. I mean, the blog tour is on the 18th, so I don't technically need to have read it by then, but I would like to have read it by then. I'm going to head off and read for a couple more hours. I'm going to get Blood Witch finished tonight. I've only got like an hour left, or less than an hour left, and then I'm going to jump back over to Traitor's Blade as well. So Traitor's Blade this week is going to be my audiobook. I did get a couple of extra credits, so I've got, I think what I'm going to do is download probably The Strangest Case of the Alchemist's Daughter and maybe Circe onto audiobooks, and then just read the rest physical, just to give me a few extra audiobooks. I might do that with my Audible creditos. But yeah, next month I'm gonna drum this into my head. Next month I'm not gonna give myself as much of a TBR. I'm gonna be doing the Gracelands read along. I've got Middle Grade Monthly. I've got whatever Patreon picks come up next month, and I've got my own Bookopoly TBR that I'm gonna have to try and work in somewhere, as well as a couple more arcs that need to get ready next month. So I'm gonna try and not give myself 15 books to read in a month again, or 25. I think in total with the Heartstopper books, I've given myself over 20 books again this month. So yay for me. But I'm enjoying reading, and while I'm in this mode of really enjoying what I'm reading and the books that I'm picking up, I'm giving some 3 stars, like Den of Vipers last month was a 2-star, which was a bit of a flop. But 3, 4s and 5 stars is what I'm giving all of my books. And yeah, I would like to have it more of the 4 or 5 star mark than 3 star, but 3 stars still above average. So the fact that I'm really enjoying the books that I'm reading, it's making me want to continue to just keep reading and read as much as I can. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going as I am. I am still gonna give myself a smaller TBR next month, and I know that I've said that. I'm definitely gonna give myself a smaller TBR, just because I've also picked up some other hobbies that I've enjoyed doing, like diamond painting. I know, and I can diamond paint while I listen to audiobooks, but I also have got back into a few series on Netflix and stuff, so I want to be able to split my time up more between other things I enjoy as well. I'm going to head off, read, consume some more Blood Witch, which I'm really enjoying, by the way. I think it's more high stakes in this one, and I'm more, I don't know how to say it, but I feel like I'm more on edge. If you've read the book, you know what I mean. I'm constantly concerned throughout the whole of this book. There's not been a moment in time when I've just sort of sat back and thought, whew, that's okay. I can chill for a bit because we've got a gap. It's very fast paced. It's very intense. It's something that you have to pay attention to, because although it's fast paced and it is intense, it has still got all of the political intrigue and intertwinings that the other books have. So this is not for a beginner fantasy person, I don't think. My eyes are getting funny. It's going to be another 5 stars from me because I just love. I think Truthwitch got 4 just because it was throwing in at the deep end and he was so confused. Windwitch got a 5. The novella Sightwitch got a 4. Bloodwitch is going to be another 5 stars. I cannot wait for Witch Shadow, which is out on the 24th. I'm so excited. I literally can't wait for it to arrive, because next month, July, is the final one of this read along. Although it's not the final book. I've been told that she's bringing out another book after this one, so we'll see where that goes. I will update you. I will try and update you more rather than just one update a day, but I feel like some of my vlogs can be too long and people get bored and don't watch them, so I'll see you soon. Hey, we're on Wednesday. I have now finished Bloodwitch and I'm gonna scooch over to try and get Traitor's Blade done. I've not started Lost Property yet, but I'm gonna get around to reading that at some point over the weekend. The audiobook for this is like 12 hours, but I read it on 2-speed when I'm reading physically, or sometimes more. So you're looking at about 6 hours for this one. And bearing in mind I've already read a couple of chapters of it. Hopefully I can get this one done really quickly. And I have also just downloaded Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter and Take a Hint, Danny Brown. Where is it? So I've just downloaded those 2 as well from Audible. So I will be listening to those. And then the only physical reads I will have are going to be the arcs that I've got, which are Lost Property, Family Tree, and The Master of Misham Hall. And then I also have Savage Instinct, which is an ebook. And then the rest of the reads that I've got for the rest of the month, which is basically going to be next week and then 3 days into the week after. I've got Camp to read, Me, My Dad and the End of the Rainbow, which is also going to be on Audible. Not on Audible, an audiobook mixed with the physical. And I think that's it. Oh no, I've got Bone Season. Whatever I thought, I've got Bone Season. And Fortuna Swan's second book, Restless Slumber. But because I've been mixing it up with the audio and the physical, I'm hoping that it's just going to make it a lot easier for me to get through it. It's just that, especially because Master of Misham Hall is out of my comfort zone, I'm feeling like I'm going to need to like wake myself up to get into that. I think it's going to be a good read. The premise sounds really good. I'm just trying to sort of manage my time a bit. Trying to manage the time a bit better. So yeah, there's that. And I need to stop relying so much on audiobooks. But it's just so handy to just chill and do other stuff while listening to an audiobook. Because I wanted to do my nails today, but I didn't get time. So I went on to Becca's Sprints for a bit, and she was with Simon from Savage Reads, and yeah, and they were just, I did some sprints with them earlier, and that's when I finished Bloodwitch. And I can't remember where I was going with that. Can't even remember where I was going with that. But yeah, audiobooks are just easier to do other stuff while listening to. Obviously not anything that involves like words, like editing and things like that. I can't really do that while listening to an audiobook. But potting around and cleaning, reorganising stuff, it's just great to do while listening to an audiobook, because it can still get you. I don't feel like I'm doing nothing, but I need to snap out of that, because even though I'm sat down and reading, I'm not doing nothing. But in my head, especially recently, I feel like if I'm just sitting and reading and not doing something else, that I'm doing nothing, which, yeah, I know isn't true, but, you know, you get rid of one issue, or you get one issue under control, and then another issue pops up in its place. So we're just juggling all the emotions lately. So yeah, I'm quite annoyed because I don't know where my Take a Hint Danny Brown has gone, even though I've literally just downloaded it. Gonna have to go on a search for it. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. What we're gonna do tomorrow. Tomorrow I've got work 9 till 5 again, and then I'm going to, there's some sprints tomorrow, I think. I'm sure there is. I might join sprints again, and I might not. I might just crack on with reading, because with the amount I've got to read, I feel like sometimes sprints can be a distraction, although sometimes sprints can help. But I think I'm struggling more at the moment because I've lost my glasses that I've got, and my other ones that haven't arrived yet, and I don't know when they're going to come. They're out of stock, now they're in stock, and it's going to be at least like another 10 days, or 7 to 10 working days for them to arrive. So, and at that point I will then have like 3 pairs, so hopefully I won't go without at any point again. But physically reading at the moment whilst doing like an 8-hour day staring at a screen at work, it's just a bit much. So I need to get some sleep. So I'm gonna get a shower, chill for a bit. Well, finish listening to some Traitor's Blade. I'm gonna start Lost Property tomorrow. I'm not gonna start physically reading tonight, because I feel like that would be a bad thing. I'm gonna go. Hey, it's gonna be a quick update because battery's dying, and I just realised. So, because today is gonna be like a heavy training day at work, of like lots of learning, I've been picking this up. I picked it up on my break for 15 minutes. I'm going to pick it up on my lunch, which I'm on now, for an hour, and this is going to be my during the day work read. And then I'm still going to read Traitor's Blade this evening, and then this is going to be my weekend read, I think. So this is what we've got going so far: Lost Property, Traitor's Blade, and Take a Hint Danny Brown. So far I've listened to a few chapters of Danny Brown. Love it. She's just great. I love her so far. And then quickly before my battery dies, I showed you my 17 bag last month that I bought. So I entered into their monthly, when you buy a bag, you can enter into a monthly social media competition on Instagram, and they'll post your photo, and then they'll, behind the scenes, they'll pick their best photo of someone who's purchased from them that month. And I won, and I chose to get this bag. So this is the Camden bag, and it has, these are magnetic on the front, and again it has multiple zips. This doesn't have a zip in the back like the other one did, but it does have the laptop pouch inside, and it is, you've got the clip on the top for extra security, and you can see how wide it goes. Obviously I've squished it down for like storage purposes, but this is another good quality bag that I cannot wait to use. Thank you 17 for picking me as your winner, and yeah, I'm so happy with that. I'm gonna head off and eat my lunch and listen to some more Danny Brown, and change out my battery, and I'll update you after work. Hey, welcome. It's Thursday and it's Thursday evening. So today, because I've been feeling really crap, and I've not been able to like really fully focus on something as potentially complex as a fantasy like Traitor's Blade, I've continued to listen to Take a Hint Danny Brown, and I've finished Take a Hint Danny Brown, and I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. The mental health rep in Danny Brown is brilliant. The characters are flawed, they make mistakes. It was very different to Chloe Brown because the banter between Chloe and Red was very snarky and sort of like sarcastic, and it was kind of like a, not enemies to lovers, but like they dislike each other to lovers sort of situation. Whereas Zaf and Chloe were also friends, but kind of like flirty banter friends who also were secretly attracted to each other. But then I didn't realise there was a fake dating trope in this as well, which, if you're gonna give me any kind of trope in a contemporary, give me fake dating. Past week or so I've been struggling, especially with not having my glasses, and my eye strain and stuff has been getting to me. But also just, I've literally trashed 2 videos that I filmed and almost fully edited. Then I just, when I edit my videos, what I'll do is I'll import all the clips, I'll cut out all the big gaps just to like sort of like really cut it down. And then I do tend to do really weird pauses in the middle of sentences sometimes. Or like if I'm tired and I'm not focusing in the video fully, I will just stop talking mid-sentence, or I'll say a lot of ums. And because I don't script my videos in any way, there's a lot of sort of parts where I can't get my words out and I say or I say like a lot, and then I'll go out and I'll chop down all those little bits. I'll chop those little bits out and then try and edit it together so that it still looks cohesive. So you still might get a few blips in there, but yeah, so I'll edit it once and I'll just do like a quick like sort of overall draft edit, and then I'll like go in and put some more in. But recently I'm also trying to sort of do a few like zoom in bits and add some text in there and just make my videos a bit more interesting to watch. So they're taking a little bit more time to edit, which now that I'm going to do more things with the editing, I'm enjoying editing a bit more. But I do, like I've just said, struggle with mental health. So I do struggle a lot with imposter syndrome, and my family have never told me I'm not good enough. This has nothing to do with how my family have been, but like in the past, people outside of my family have told me like I'm not good enough for things. There's no point me continuing on with doing things like this because I don't have a strong following and things like that, and it's a waste of my time and all this kind of stuff. And sometimes I can just brush it off like it doesn't mean anything, and I know that numbers aren't everything. I could have 1 million subscribers and like not much engagement. And I'm grateful for the people that do constantly watch my videos and constantly engage. You know who you are. I am really grateful for that engagement. Like, you don't understand how great it is to actually see a nice comment on one of my videos, and especially when I see the same people comment over again, like Kitty does it, Becca Farrell. Those two are generally like people that will continually comment and watch my videos, which, like I said, I really do appreciate. On the other hand, it would also be nice if more people would watch, and because there's always that thing in the back of your head, like, you know, they're clearly not watching me because I'm shit at what I do. But then I'll watch something back and like, I'm proud of what I've done. Like, it's taken me a while to do, to create that, and it would just be nice if more people could see it. But yeah, just having a time where like, I'm just thinking everything I do is shit. I've trashed 2 videos. It's taken all my effort to edit my May wrap up and not trash it. At the moment, a little gremlin in my head's like, well, no one's gonna watch it anyway, so what's the point? No one's gonna engage with your content. Like, I don't know the right people, so my content's never gonna go anywhere. And that might be true, that might not be true, I don't know. I just feel like, sometimes I feel like I'm too old for this shit. I'm like 33, and then obviously I have to filter really shitty comments sometimes about how I look. And obviously I know the trolls, but it's like people say like, oh, why are you putting videos out, like no one's gonna subscribe because of the way you look and stuff like that. Sometimes that doesn't bother me and I can just delete the comments and block the person, it's fine. But then when I'm having a bad mental health time and I'm stressed, those comments kind of do make me feel a bit shit. Especially when literally my channel's going nowhere. And I've considered like starting all over again and seeing if that helps. But I feel like starting all over again, it'd still be the same content, it'd still be me. So that's an internal struggle that I need to go through by myself. I don't know what I'm going to do, but we'll see. I'm going to try and finish my editing, my May wrap up before I go to bed. I do really enjoy doing the videos though, but it is, I'm going to be honest, it is disheartening when no matter what I do to promote my videos, nothing sticks. Things may change. And the reason I'm going to keep this clip in, because although I am very much a chaotic mess, I feel like sometimes I do give off the attitude like, yeah, I'm quirky and I don't give a shit. But I am human, I do have days like this, I do have weeks like this. Sometimes I just feel like if I knew better people, if I had like the right connections, I could do way better than what I am. But I don't feel like that all the time, it's just I do feel like that quite a bit of the time when I feel like this. Anyway, tomorrow will be a better day. I want to go now, and I'll speak to you soon. Hey, hey, hi, 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 hi. Hey, hey, hi, hi, hi. Today, it's Friday. Today is a better day than it was yesterday. And I found my specs, so do apologise if there's like a glare coming from here. I'm not taking these off because my eyes have been so sore the last week. Like, my prescription is not strong, but when I don't wear my glasses, I think I mentioned this in last week's vlog, which I've yet to upload and edit, or edit and upload, either way. I need to get that done today. Or it might have been earlier in this week's vlog that I have a lazy eye, so when I look straight ahead normally, like this eye is constantly trying to correct itself. I think it's this eye, one of my eyes is trying to correct itself constantly. So when I'm not wearing glasses, it's all like constantly like has like a little bit of a twitch, and everything has like a little bit of a fuzzy blur around it. So the headaches I've had and the eye strain that I've been struggling with the last week has been absolutely ridiculous. So this morning when I woke up, and it's been making me feel more tired than normal, obviously because of like the pressure and the strain it's putting on my brain and eyes to focus. So when I woke up this morning, I just felt absolutely crap. So I went on, I logged on, said hi to everyone at work, and then I was like, give me 2 minutes, I need to try and at least go and see if I can find these glasses one last time. And I shit you not, I emptied out every single drawer, and I even went into like old bags that I've not used just in case when I was cleaning and putting things in safe places, that just in case I'd moved it. And I opened one of my makeup drawers and it was there, like my glasses, they were there. I do have something bookish to share with you, and that is the Ravenous Dark that came in the post today. It's smaller than I thought it was going to be. A lot of the fantasies that I tend to get now, especially in the hardback, they tend to be a lot bigger. So when I saw this, I was a bit surprised. So under the dust jacket is that, which I think is still pretty cool, but the front is black, and then the inside pages are just purple. And obviously the front cover is that, and I just love the detail in the front cover. So this is queer, it's polyamorous, it's, from what I know, it's a dark book. This was one that I got an email from, I think it was Pride Book Tours, with an option to potentially get on the book tour for this. I didn't get on the book tour, but the synopsis still intrigued me, and I went on Amazon and pre-ordered it. And it's another hardback book to add to my shelves. I definitely 100% need some more space for books, because it is getting a bit ridiculous. Because that shelf, as you can see, that shelf there, it's not organised in the best way, but that is almost full. There's like a little bit of space down there, and you can see there that I've tried to stack them up that way instead of just along that way, and there are gaps, so I need to like rearrange the shelf and reorganise it in some way. I haven't read any more, but I will be reading tonight. So focus, I need to do my Instagram post for the blog talk for Family Tree today. I just reminded myself. So after work I'm going to need to quickly set up a little mini photo shoot and do that, and that needs to get ready this weekend as well. But it's quite a lot of short book than I thought it was going to be, so I might put Trader's Blade on the back burner again, which I really don't want to do because I'm really enjoying it, but I might put it on the back burner again and get Family Tree read. I might do that instead, but we'll see. I will update you later on today. I still need to do editing as well. Oh my god, see, in work I'm organised, I'm very organised. In my personal life, my life's a mess. It's just a mess. Focus is non-existent, organisation skills non-existent. I need to sort myself out. So I'm going to go back to work, I'm off my break, and I will see you all very soon. Hey guys, ignore the redness and the bad lighting. I'm just coming in to do a quick check-in. So today's Saturday, I'm off to my family's house. I don't have my watch on my phone, but it's about 10:30. I listened to some more of Trader's Blade last night, and I just love it. Even in the most dire situations and the most high stress, intense situations, Basti just has a way of just, with what he says, it just makes me laugh. I shouldn't laugh, but it's just so stupid. And then, but I don't know, it's not unintelligent, but some of the things he says, I'm just like, I can understand why Falkio and Kester just like, really? I think I've also found out that when a narrator is talking to you and including you in the story, I think that's called second person. I may be wrong, but I think this is told in second person. Or whatever this kind of style is, I like it. Where they sort of, he's not just saying what happened, he's sort of like including you in the story as well. And I think that is one of the reasons why I like Sebastian Nicastle's writing, is because he always seems to include the person who's reading in the story just by how he writes. I don't know how he does it, but I absolutely love it. And so far, I can't remember what chapter I'm on either, and I can't tell you what chapter I'm on, because if you've not read it, then but yeah, this gets straight into the action, doesn't pull any punches. First couple of pages, it's just like, and go. And then as you go through the story, you find out a bit about like the backstory to how they got to where they are. So it doesn't give you the backstory first, it gives it you as the story goes along, which I'm finding that I actually like as well. It's going to take me about an hour, maybe a bit more, depending on traffic and buses, to get to my parents, so I'm going to be listening to this for at least another hour. I can feel like these characters are going to be ones that I'm going to fall in love with, and I've not read the blurbs on the back of any of the other books, so I don't know anything about what happens. I know that Jade said that it gets a bit gritty and makes you feel things later on in the books, and I'm looking forward to, but also not looking forward to that. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to head off and I will probably update you when I come home tomorrow night. Just wish me luck, because I'm going to need it. Hey! Hey guys, it is now 10:30 on Sunday evening. I've done my necklace. And I'm home from my parents. I've been home from my parents for a couple of hours, but I've just been chilling. Started Lost Property when I got home, but over the weekend when I've had a chance and on the way home on the bus, I finished Traitor's Blade, and I don't know how to explain any of this without spoiling it, because it was just, so this follows, if you probably already know what happens, but Traitor's Blade follows Braste, Kest and Falkio, who used to be the Great Coats, the King's Great Coats, and their king was killed, and they are seen as traitors because they go against the dukes, and the dukes are these a-holes, to be fair, who think that they should rule the land, but their rules go, they should be the ones that people listen to, and that the Great Coats and the kings, they're just traitors to the law of the land. And yeah, so they're not very well liked, and when the king dies, they're disbanded. And this first book is just following, I think it starts by, it doesn't say on the back, but where they are when this starts is about 5 years after they've disbanded. And like I said before, this gets straight into the action. Like from a couple of pages in, the intrigue is there. Like a mysterious thing happens, and then you were just hooked from the start. The relationship between the three characters is great. You've got Braste, who is an absolute clown. He clearly has a good heart. They all have good hearts, like you can tell they do. But Braste is a clown, always making jokes, always trying to rip into people, wind people up. Thinks he's a bit of a ladies' man as well. He's just a proper cheeky chappy. You've got Kest, who very rarely shows emotion, if at all, and he's like the level-headed one, and he seems to know things. I don't know how, this may come to light later. He's the swordsman of the group, and he just seems very practical. He'll put the boys in the place when they're messing up, and he's very straight talking. He doesn't make jokes. He doesn't really show fear. You can't really tell. You can't really tell what he's feeling. Whereas Falkio, he's the one that's sort of talking to you and telling you about the story and what's happened. He is very much doesn't feel like he's as skilled as Braste, who's great with the bow and arrow, and Kest, who's great with the sword. He doesn't feel like he's great with anything in particular. He's good at things, good at fighting and that kind of thing, but he's more a strategist. His brain is great, so he will be able to think of all these different scenarios, and he uses sometimes a bit of mathematics and strategical thinking to try and get themselves out of situations or to help them have the best possible outcome. He is a lot better than I think he gives himself credit for, but they're all very flawed people, like I said before as well. The good thing about this is that they're still learning about themselves throughout the whole, especially Falkio. He's learned about himself throughout the whole, at least the first book anyway. Because it's from his perspective, he is an unreliable narrator, obviously. He reminds me a lot of Kel from Spellslinger, so he will use words. He's a master of words. And he is the cantor of the Great Coats, which is like the leader, and he could talk a cat out of a tree. Like he just reminds me of Kelly in so many ways. He's just a lovable rogue who wants to do the best but just doesn't know how to, and keeps messing up because it just, a part of him just doesn't have faith in his abilities and just thinks he's broken. And one once again, Joe Jameson narrated the audiobook, and I wholeheartedly love Joe Jameson. I'm going to find other books that he's narrated, because it's just the different voices that he gives. He doesn't just do the voices, he gives everyone personalities as well. He's just a great narrator. He really does bring Sebastian Nicastro's writing to life. I do still have 9 more books to read, not 10 more books to read, 11 more books to read. I have 11 more books to read. I'm gonna head off and do some more reading before bed. Did I finish Chloe Brown this week and take it? Yes, I did. I finished Get a Hint Chloe Brown. No, I didn't. Get a Life Chloe Brown, Take a Hint Danny Brown, and Traitor's Blade this week, which is still not as many as I would have liked to finish. Which I know I should be happy with, and I am happy with. I just wish it had been a bit more. I'm happy with what I've done so far this month, but unfortunately I did try again to pick up The Stars and the Blackness Between Them. I've been trying to go back and pick it up all month. Unfortunately, I feel like that's going to be a DNF, at least temporarily, until I can try and find an audiobook somewhere. 2 books that I haven't finished from last month that I'm probably still going to keep on the back burner for now are These Feathered Flames and Jade City. Got 100 pages into Jade City, and it was very much confusing but okay for me at that point. So yeah, I'm going to have to DNF Stars and the Blackness Between Them and just leave Jade City and These Feathered Flames to pick up probably next month. But I'm really happy because Michael from The Average Reader was starting a buddy read of The Live Ship Traders when he finishes next reads. So I'm really happy about that, because I've been wanting to pick up Hob again, and now I can, and I've got a buddy to read it with. So yeah, that's me done for this week. And if you do like this video, please like, subscribe, comment down below, do all that good shiz, and I hope you're all well. And I will see you all in the next one. Stay safe, stay sane if you can, and keep on reading.